Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I want to begin today's lesson with a disclaimer. I'm not feeling the best, so I might not be as animated. So please bear with me, inshallah ta'ala. And what do we usually start with?
Question.
With the review, right? So we're going to do that. I don't want to disappoint you guys, so we're going to do that again today. We're going to start with a review, okay?
Yes.
Now today we're going to do true false. But you guys know what the condition is for true false.
Yes.
Saying true or false is not enough. If it's false, you have to
correct it.
You have to make it true, right? If it's false, you have to make it true, okay? All right, so the first question, it says, the descendants of Ismail spread throughout Najd. The descendants of Ismail spread throughout Najd. Are you sure? Hussein, you just want to suck her. Do you know the answer? Wait. Do you know the answer? If you don't know it, there's going to be another one you know.
Isn't Ibrahim that was the one that spread?
No, Hussein, next, try another one. This one's hard. I'm sorry, this one's hard. Tfadal.
False?
Huh?
False?
Okay, it's false. Okay, how can you make it true? So the descendants of Ismail spread throughout, huh?
Mecca?
Not Mecca. Not Mecca. Not Mecca. Who knows? Huh? Al-Hijaz. Ahsant. So the descendants of Ismail spread throughout what? Huh? Al-Hijaz. Al-Hijaz. طيب. Number 2. The descendants of Ismail wanted to rule Mecca. So they fought their uncles, the Jurhumis. Huh?
False.
It's false. Good. Make it true.
The descendants of Ismail wanted to keep the rules in Mecca.
Say it again.
The descendants of Ismail wanted to keep the rules in Mecca. Like they want to tolerate it, so they wanted to fight their uncles because the uncles wanted to take control. So they didn't fight them because it was against the rule of Mecca.
Ahsan. That basically, Mecca is what? A haram, right? It's a sanctuary. It's a place where you're not supposed to have a lot of conflict, etc. And so because of that, they didn't want to rule. They said, we'll give up the rules so there'll be what? Peace in Mecca. Ahsan, Sheikh. Perfect. Good job. The sisters in the back can't hear anything. In the back, like the back wall? Is it loud enough now?
I think you have to switch it.
Turn that one off? Is that on? Because this is on.
That's fine, but that's
It's okay.
Alright. So now, we just said that the descendants of Ismail, they gave up the rule in Mecca. And they didn't want to fight their uncles, the Jurhmis. What do we learn from this? Hussein?
To not fight in Mecca.
Okay, did not fight in Mecca, that's good. What else? Beyond Mecca. Not to fight where? Sanctuary in Mecca is the same thing Hussein said. Beyond that.
to avoid conflict.
Conflict where? Specifically. Conflict, ahsan. And we shouldn't fight what? We shouldn't fight where? Specifically in the masajid. Good job. And we have a lot of that. So unfortunately we have a lot of that going on. People get into the masjid, they do what? They raise their voices, they get upset, they might even what?
Fight.
Engage in actual fisticuffs. Okay? We don't do that in the masjid. We do that in the house of Allah. Step number 3. The Jurhumis were just rulers. Ha! False. Ha! They were tyrants. Ahsan. Good job. I did that? Are you sure about that?
Candy. Give him candy.
So they were, my foot did it. Good job. Alright, so they were tyrants. Ahsan. They were tyrants. Alright, next one. The people of Mecca worshipped one God under Banu Bakr and Khuza'ah. I'm going to see who was really paying attention. Ha. Huh? It's 50-50. I mean, you can't get it wrong now, right? You can't get it wrong now, right?
It's true.
It's true. It's true. Remember, you guys remember,
Yes.
under Banu Bakr and Khuzai, even though they had these fights, they still what? They were upon Tawheed. They worship one God. So this one was true. You know, when you have true, false, you always got to throw what? A true in there. Otherwise, everybody will get everything right. So that was a little curveball. All right, number 5.
I have a question.
Go ahead, another question, yes.
Didn't it start off with a war and then all of a sudden,
There was a war.
and then all of a sudden it's in the sky?
Ah, yeah, that's right. There was a war. Yeah, you're right. And that in the sky was telling us what? That they worship one God. Remember that? You have a good memory for saying.
They worship more than one God.
Not yet, not yet. We didn't come there yet. All right, number 5. Amr ibn Luhay was a very knowledgeable scholar of the religion of Ibrahim.
This guy.
Is there a sister in the back who knows the answer? Because we've been giving all the answers to the boys. في تفضلي. ها. Oh, no, it's not true. So now they
False.
it's false.
They
Okay,
just-
give me the right
They
thing.
just thought that he was like, because he gave charity and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Thought he was like a true scholar.
So just because he was pious and he gave charity, they thought piety plus charity equals scholar. But he wasn't what? He was not a scholar. He was not knowledgeable. Good. Very good. Very good. All right, number 6. The people of Mecca made Amr their king. If you guys get this wrong, I'm walking out. I'm walking out.
I know.
So you better know the answer.
I know.
True, yes.
That's what I was going to say.
They made him their king, yes. Yes, they did. All right. Number 7. Amr traveled to al-Iraq and found the people worshiping Allah alone. Pay attention. Don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. Amr traveled to al-Iraq and found the people worshiping Allah alone. Sister, yes.
False.
Ahsanti, false. Make it true. Make it true. Okay, you found the worship of idols. Is that the only thing false in the statement? And I'm giving you a huge hint here. Is that the only thing false? What else is false? I hear somebody whispering it, but they're not whispering it too low. They're whispering pretty loudly.
He traveled to a shop.
Where did he travel to? Asham. Yes. Yes, Salam. Somebody was whispering. They were going, Asham.
Sham.
I
Wasn't sure. How do you know?
was here.
Play it. All right. Now.
No, it was a Play-Doh. Because of Play-Doh. Proper grammar. I was listening.
What do we learn from this? He went to Asham, and he found the people of Asham, the people of what? The land of Barakah, the land of the prophets, and the land of Wahi. He found them worshiping idols. What do we learn from this?
That the guy, he found them and then he started bringing them to Mecca.
Okay, but what do we learn from the fact that he went to Asham, of all places? The land of the prophets, the land of Wahi. And he found them worshiping idols. What do we learn about this? Tafadhal.
Not everywhere the prophets go is right.
Oh, we're saying good job, but Tafadhal.
Please.
A place by where his background.
That's not bad. Pretty close. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I have it.
Tafadhal.
Just because a place is a good area and there's have people before been good, everything they do is not right.
Ahsan, yes.
But I said that.
That just because, yeah, you did say it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did say it. Yes.
I said it
All right. So just because a land is good doesn't mean the people will be what? Good. And we say بالعربي we say قداسة الأرض لا تقدس الإنسان. Right? That if the land is sacred, if the land is holy, doesn't mean the people will be holy. Okay? Our number 8. Amr returned to Mecca with an idol he called al-Uzza. Oh. Amr returned. Sister in the back, yes. I didn't hear her, I'm sorry. Who can convey on her behalf? What did she say? He believed in himself? Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. That's not quite right.
I know it.
All right, first of all, is it
True.
You already answered. I need somebody who didn't answer. Somebody who didn't answer. Somebody who didn't answer. Do you know the answer?
No.
He does. I don't know the answer. Adly. It's false. All right, so make it true. No. Oh, you were so. Oh. Should I give her one?
Yeah.
Oh, so close. All right, who's going to give me the name of the idol? What was the name of the idol? Adly. Huh? True? No.
Mecca.
No.
Sheikh.
Huh? Hubal, yes. Hubal. Did you take one already? You didn't take one? Okay, you take one now. Hubal, good job. Our number 9. Amr told the people to worship. Listen. Listen with your ears, not with your mouth. Amr told the people to worship Allah alone and to shun the false deities. No, don't worship these false deities. Worship Allah. Oh my God. Not yes. False. Okay, make it true.
He did the opposite. He told them to worship the idols.
Ahsanti, yes. He told them to worship what? The idols. Who'll take this back?
I'll pass it. I promise.
All right. All right, number 10. Last but not least, last one. The people of Mecca and al-Hijaz never worship more than one idol. They never worship more than one idol. Huh?
I got it. False.
False. Okay, make it true.
They said there's more than one God, but there's only one God.
Okay, good. But okay, so you said false. How can you make that true?
Oh my gosh, please, can I help him? I'll be his best friend.
Make it true. Come on, you're right there.
You can let me do it. You can still get the candy. I just want to do it.
I'm going to give you a sucker, though. I want you to know that.
Oh my gosh. Can I just help?
Tafadhal. Many. How many? How many? One for every day of the week. No. You mean one of those buzzers, right?
You have to give him a sucker, you said. You said you're going to give him a sucker. You said you're going to give me a sucker.
Yes, I didn't give you one?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Even check. I'm scanning.
There's one for you. All right, gentlemen. Who answered? And I didn't give. Are you sure? Did you answer one? And you answered correctly. Kind of. Okay, we can't give it. Everybody kind of did it. I can't. Gotta make it.
I'm gonna give me kind of.
Hussein, give me yours. Hussein, give me yours.
No thanks.
He said no thanks.
All
right. Tayyib. All right, with that said, we will start now lesson 8.
Yes.
All right. So after Amr, he brought that first idol and introduced the people to a shirk, idolatry. Please, guys, we won't be able to hear if you guys talk.
Yep.
We won't be able to hear. So we need everybody to be quiet. Please listen with your ears, not with your mouth, okay? All right. So after he brings the first idol, what was the name of the idol again? Hubal. Once he brings the first idol, he introduced the people of Mecca to idolatry. What happens now? Paganism becomes widespread. Okay? It just catches wildfire. It's everywhere. The people are worshiping idols everywhere, and they forget all about what? About the Tawheed and the oneness of Allah. They forget all about it. And so Western Arabia, Hijaz, is just engulfed. It's smothered in what? In a shirk. Idolatry. Okay? Amr's tribe, which is al-Khuza'a, they ruled Mecca for many centuries, many generations. Until a man by the name of Qusay ibn Kilab, he married the daughter of the last Khuza'i king.
What does that mean?
Okay?
The last king?
Yeah, you know that Khuza'a, they had many kings.
Oh.
The last king, he had a daughter.
Oh.
This man, Qusay ibn Kilab al-Qurashi, he what? He married her.
Oh.
Okay? Now, as a result, Qusay became what? Very noble. Very highly respected. He gained what? A lot of status and credibility because he married the daughter of the king. Right? He also had many children, and he became very wealthy. He had many children, and he became very wealthy. Yes, Hussein?
Are those all his children?
Those are just some of them. Just a portion of them. I need you to back up just shway, just a little bit. Just a little bit, Hussein. Back up shway. There you go. Good. All right. Now, when Hulayl, who was the last Khuza'i king, when he died, who do you think became in charge? His daughter?
No, him.
No, her husband. Huh?
Yes.
Qusay.
Qusay.
Qusay, now he's the ruler of Mecca. And now the rule or reign of Mecca goes through what? Through his descendants. So now in this way, Quraysh became the rulers of Mecca. They became the rulers of Mecca. One after the other, they what? They ruled Mecca in succession.
Were they Muslims?
Okay? Now, because they were the rulers, they lived what? They lived well. They were the rulers of Mecca, so they lived well. Let's see if we can. All right, perfect. All right. They lived well, and everybody who lived within the what? The sanctuary, they lived what? They lived well. But the people around them lived in fear. These people, they were safe, they were secure, because they were the people of the Haram. And nobody would do anything to harm anyone within the confines of the Haram. But when you got outside the confines of the Haram, the people what? They lived in fear. They were full of what? Of fright and fear and terror. The non-Qurayshis, what they experienced was lots of fighting. Highway robbery. If you go from one part of the town to another part of the town, you're always under the threat of being what? Jumped on by someone who will take all of your possessions, everything you own. And there was lots of what? Chaos and instability. People were afraid, and they couldn't move about freely. And they had to have what? Someone who would protect them wherever they went.
A war.
Okay? All right. Now the Qurayshis, they had to make money, right? To support their empire. How did they make money? They had 2 journeys that they would take. Twice a year. In the winter, they took a journey. Where did they go? They went to Yemen. They went south to Yemen. And in the summer, they went north to Asham. And they would what? Trade goods. And they would make lots of what?
Money.
Lots of money from trading those goods. Okay?
Oh.
The income from all of this trade made them very what?
Rich.
Rich. And they lived very comfortably. They had everything. They had food. They had drink. They had riding animals. They had this. They had that. They had everything.
They didn't have everything.
They
didn't have everything.
What didn't they have, Hussein?
They didn't have cars. They didn't have iPhones.
They had whatever people have at that time, Hussein. Okay? They had whatever people had at that time, Hussein.
Did they have cookies?
Huh?
Did they have
I'm sure
cookies?
they had their own version of cookies, Hussein, and they had lots of them too. All right? But those who lived around Mecca, who weren't from this noble tribe, the elite, they lived in squalor. And they suffered from poverty and famine and deprivation.
Whoa.
And they lived without clothing and what? And shelter.
And water.
Okay, a lot of them would just be what? Clothless, and they didn't have anything. They had to beg, and many times they wouldn't be given anything. They had to fend for themselves. Okay? But on top of this, the religious situation continued to deteriorate, to get worse and worse. Because many generations had passed since what? Since the time of Ismail and Ibrahim. And since they had received any type of revelation or warner who came to them and told them about the deen. And so as a result, many false beliefs and superstitions started to what? Take root in their society. And they had many wicked practices that they engaged in. Okay? And everything they did was what? Perverted and corrupt. Not everything, but most of the things that they did were perverted and corrupt. And they had many immoral practices. And among those practices were gambling and games of chance. And also drinking lots of what? Wine. Alcoholic beverages. Okay? That made them do very what?
Bad stuff.
Very bad things. Yes. They drank wine and then they did bad things. Okay? On top of this, they had these relationships that we're not supposed to have. They did things, men and women, that men and women aren't supposed to do. And they didn't, the concept of what? Of marriage and doing the right thing, they didn't have that concept. Or they had it, but most people didn't practice it. On top of this, they buried their daughters alive.
Oh yeah. Remember this.
They buried their daughters alive.
Daughters, not boys.
That they thought boys were good, and daughters were what?
Bad.
Were bad. So if they had a daughter, they thought daughters are shameful. Daughters will bring shame to the family. So they would take the daughter, and they would dig a hole, and they would throw her in it. Okay? On top of this, even the boys, they would kill them if they feared famine. If they feared drought. If they feared they wouldn't have food, things to eat, clothing to put onto them. They would just go and do what? And kill their children. They had this practice. On top of this, their women did not dress properly. They didn't dress like these beautiful Muslim women, your mothers and sisters. But they dressed in a way which was what? Which was not befitting. And they paraded around in a way which was what? They revealed parts of their body they shouldn't reveal. Okay? Also, they had this big problem of what? Tribalism. They had a big problem of tribalism and bigotry. So basically, it's our tribe against everyone else. And if you're not from our tribe, you're bad. And you're the scum of the earth. And we can treat you in any way we want to treat you. And so as a result, they had lots of what? Lots of wars amongst themselves. And they fought. And these wars will go on for what? For generations and generations and generations. Yes. Yes, Hussein.
That was a picture that I saw for the war.
Really? Okay. Looks familiar, huh? Okay, fair enough. All right. They also had this issue of what? The strong preying on the weak. And they had a qaida, and a principle. They used to say, Idlim qabla an tudlam. They used to say, oppress other people, beat them to the punch, do unto others before they do unto you. So they always would what? Try to take the upper hand on other people, and they would prey on the weak. Okay? They also had this concept that if you're from the elite, from the ruling class, then there are certain jobs that are beneath you. There are certain jobs that you shouldn't do. So for example, blacksmithing, weaving, knitting, cupping, farming, those jobs are what? They're beneath the elite.
We can't do
And
that.
only what? The lower class people should do those jobs. So they look down upon what? Good jobs, halal jobs, they look down on those. And they consider themselves above those. These jobs are what? Beneath us. Yes, Hussein?
So we're allowed to work on farms.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, that's not what's
All right. That's not what you thought? Ah, okay. All right. Another thing that they did is they practiced magic. They believed in magic. They also believed in omens. So, for example, if one of them went out of his house, and he was going to do something, maybe he was going to buy a new camel, or he was going to go on a journey, and he wanted to know, should I do this or should I not do this? and there were some birds nearby, he would do something to what? To make them scatter. If they scattered to the right, he would take that as a sign.
Goodness.
This is a good thing to do, yeah. It's good, because the birds went to the right. If they went to the left, he would say, oh, it's a bad thing. He would go inside and shut his door and lock it. He wouldn't go out that day. And that's a bad sign, a bad omen. So they believed in this, that their fate, good and bad, could be determined by what? By these omens, right? Like the birds. Another thing is that they thought that if they wore certain amulets, a certain necklace around themselves, that necklace could protect them from harm, or could bring about some benefit. And they forgot that the one who really benefits us, and the one who protects us from harm is who?
Allah.
Is Allah. They forgot all about that. They believe that the amulet can do it by itself. Okay? So these were some of the dark, ignorant practices which put the Arabs in a state which is known as al-Jahiliyyah, the pre-Islamic period of ignorance. Okay? And it required, because they were so far away from the truth, they needed someone to help them what? Help them see the light. You guys know who that is? Who?
Prophet Muhammad.
Right. They needed a messenger to be sent to them to bring them out of the darkness of idolatry and superstition and magic and all those things into the light of what? Faith, and the light of what? Islam. Surrender to Allah. And we're going to learn in the coming weeks about that messenger who came. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay, alright, let's look at some lessons. Let's look at some lessons, ya shabab. Alright, first of all, the further people get away from the revelation, the scripture, the books that Allah sent, the more they'll do what? The more their minds will be deviated, their behavior will be perverted, and their actions will be corrupt. Okay? So what does that teach us about nowadays in our daily lives? Think about a person, ya ikhwan, ya shabab, think about a person who does not read the Quran at all.
A Christian?
But he's Muslim. I'm Muslim, but I don't read the Quran. He's far away from Allah's revelation. Do you think he's going to be on the straight path?
He's a hypocrite.
Think he's going to do the good things?
Hypocrite.
You think he's going to know his religion?
Hypocrite.
No, he won't. Inshallah, he won't be a hypocrite. That's a little strong. But how can he know Allah's religion if he doesn't consult Allah's book, His revelation? So we need to have a connection with Allah's revelation. Right, next. We also know from this part of the story that the people who say that you can progress, you can advance, you can get ahead in this world if you get away from the deen, if you leave the deen. We know from this that that is what? That's false. Because these people, they got away from the deen. They left the deen, and it just made them more what? More barbaric, more uncivilized, more perverted, more corrupt. Alright, next one. It also teaches us that innovating, bringing things into the religion that Allah did not legislate is something which is very what? It's haram, it's also dangerous. And always starts as something what? Something small. But it gets what? Bigger and bigger until what? Until it engulfed them, and they didn't know the truth anymore. All they knew was what? Bid'ah. That's all they knew. And they thought that was the truth. Alright, next one. And this is important. That this lesson, it taught us some of the ways, the practices of al-Jahiliyyah. The practices of ignorance. And we know that everything from the practice of ignorance, of al-Jahiliyyah, are contradictory to what? Islam. Islam came to eradicate them. Which means what? The two cannot what? They can't be together. If you have Islam, you don't have Jahiliyyah. If you have Jahiliyyah, you can't have Islam. Okay? But unfortunately, what's happened nowadays is that some of these practices are what? They're coming back. And they're not coming back just amongst the kuffar. Even some Muslims do what? Even some Muslims practice them. Like what? Like women wearing revealing clothing. Don't some Muslim women who wear a necklace that says Allah. A necklace with Ayatul Kursi. And she has what? No hijab. She has a blouse that's cut so you can see the necklace. Right? Short sleeves, short skirt. We don't see this? This doesn't exist? It does exist. And in her mind, I'm the best Muslim. I'm better than the Muslim woman who covers. Okay?
But
So they not only do they do it, but they defend it. And say what? There's nothing wrong with it in Islam. In fact, they'll even say, there's not an ayah or a hadith that legislates hijab. They'll go that far. There's nothing in the Quran about hijab. Tayyib, next one.
wait,
That we have a tendency, even in Islam, to look down on some professions. Person makes a legal living, a halal living, doing something, and people will say, oh, that's contemptible, that's detestable, it's awful. You know, and they look down on the person, look down on the job. When the Prophet ﷺ, he told people, he said it's better for a person to go out and take some what? Take some rope. Go to the mountains, cut down some wood. Go to the market and sell it for a few what? A few cents. And use that to what? To provide for himself and to what? Beg for the people. He said, this is what? Working, any type of work you do that's halal, it's what? Karama. It's something what? It's noble. But not some of us in our mentality. Oh no, we can't do that. It's beneath us. The next one, last one, is believing that certain things or people can help or harm independent of Allah's will. And the Imam talked about this in the khutbah. You got people who, when they heard that, oh, Trump, when they probably were watching the election, right?
yeah.
And they saw this guy just what? He was beating her. I mean, you're looking at the map, and you know how they do red and blue? Red for the Republicans, blue for the Democrats. I mean, you're like, man, where's the blue? Where is the blue? It's all red. He won just about every state. And you had people who won. They were panicking. Some people probably were crying. And they're thinking, oh, what's going to happen to us now? As if Trump in his hand is what? A nafa or dur. As if Trump can do what?
Anything.
Can harm or benefit in spite of Allah. In spite of Allah. No. The man spoke about this in the khutbah, and what he said was right. That we have this jahiliyyah coming right back. At the end of the day, Allah is the one who what? Who gives benefit and prevents harm. And with that, we conclude. Any questions, comments, or complaints? Yes, proceed.
But Donald Trump can't even do anything because the judge has to decide.
The judge has to decide. And who's the judge?
Allah.
Ahsan.
This is short.
You know how you said how the woman, she finds ways, where does it say in the Quran and stuff? It's just like how these Christians right now, whenever you tell them something, why are they doing this? It's like, where is this in the Quran? They always find ways to like pass this question.
And to say that it's not in there.
Yeah.
This is short.
It was too short.
Yes.
Really?
A little more, please.
A little more, please. I like that. I like that. If you say it's short, that makes me feel good. Any other questions or comments? Tafadhal. Allah is the only judge, right? Ahsant. Any others? Fadali. Was the who? Which tribe?
Tribe 52 minutes.
Which tribe?
Oopsie, sorry. Oopsie, sorry.
Which tribe?
How did you do that?
Some of the tribes were. Banu Bakr and Khuza'ah in the early times, they were Muslims. Yeah? And they followed the religion of Abraham. And Abraham was a Muslim. But any other questions?
Nope.
Going once.
Twice.
Going twice. Tafadhal.
Practices of the males during that time in terms of dress, activities that people are picking up today.
Hey.
I'm just trying to see if there's a kind of balance. You mentioned about the women's dress.
Right.
What about the men's activities? I think it's kind of important for our young boys to kind of understand those too. Because we have a lot of young boys now today imitating the hip hop, the athletes, things like that.
Wallahi, not that I can think of, unless you have something in your mind.
I'm just asking.
Because I can't think of anything specific that they did that was a dress, a garment, or something related to appearance that was from al-Jahiliyyah, that Islam came to what? Eradicate. Other than, obviously, when they would make Hajj, there was a condition. That you have to make Hajj in clothes that you never committed a sin in. And since they were very sinful people, it was very rare that they would have those clothing. You also couldn't bring clothing from outside of Mecca into Mecca. So they couldn't say, okay, well, I just bought this. And then there's no. You can't bring anything in. So you had to buy clothing from them. And the clothing was very expensive. So if you don't have clothing that you didn't sin in, and you can't purchase our clothing, then they would go around the Kaaba in the new year. Like, fi shay, going once, going twice. Fadli. Do what? What say again? That's a good point. I do try to be fair, but sometimes I don't see you guys' hand. But say it again.
So they'll put a flashlight on a cell phone so you can see it.
Okay. And then you guys can help me out. If somebody has a hand up and they're soft-spoken, somebody else could say, hey, there's a sister with her hand up. But I do try to be fair, and I appreciate you saying that, because we do need to be fair. That's a good point. Any other questions, comments, complaints, critiques, concerns? Once, twice, gone. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد.
This is criticism or a correction, and I'm going to speak it in Arabic mostly. All right? يا إخوة ويا أخوات بارك الله فيكم جميعا. لقد اتفقنا جميعا أن هذا البرنامج للكوميونيتي للجميع. وحذرنا من جلوس النساء في الخارج وقت المحاضرة. يعني تتعجب إذا خرجت الآن تجد عدد النساء في الخارج لم يكن أكثر فيساوي العدد الموجود. هذا ليس من الأسوة الحسنة. والمسجد لا يطلب من أحد أن يخرج بعد ذلك. ممكن يجلسوا ساعة ساعتين شاي قهوة حكايات غيبة whatever. ولكن وقت الدرس للجميع. والشيء المحزن أن هناك ما يقرب من 10 من الأخوات يجلسن في الخارج لا يجدن اللغة العربية الإنجليزية من الريفيجيز من اللاجئين السوريين. أقل شيء أضعف الإيمان أن تقوم إحدى الأخوات بتعليم هؤلاء النسوة سواء لغة عربية لغة إنجليزية حديث يذكرون بالله. أما نجلس بس مجرد شاتن sipping coffee and tea, this is not what the program for. I will appreciate that each one of you talk to his wife. I don't have to be talking to your wife, okay? It doesn't show a good example. It doesn't show a good example. We have children, teenage girls, we have older ladies sitting outside, sipping tea and talking about whatever it is. This is not nice. يعني الفقرة الوحيدة التي يمكن أن نتحصل عليها نسمع قال الله قال الرسول اليوم. يعني هذا كثير على المسلم. والله يعني سبحان الله ما ضيعنا الله ضيعنا أنفسنا. رجاء من جميع الإخوة أن كل واحد منكم يكلم زوجته ويحط بناته أولاده على الحضور. 45 minutes is not a big deal. Wow. We could not take half an hour, 45 minutes. We sit together in one place as a community. This is not designed for American people. We don't have programs for Arabs and non-Arabs. We have something for Muslims. And after this, you can socialize. Sit until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Spend the night, no problem. But there is a class. There's somebody who go and put you understand notes together, make effort to give you a class. And all what you need to sit and talk. This is not fair. This is not nice. And yes, it's a free country. I know this. But we have to be concerned about what's going on in the mosque. Because we giving a bad example for our children. What's inside this is the Sheikh or the Imam. But this is not for us. This is what the mother is doing. So you're giving a bad impression for the children. Please don't do this. If you're coming for Friday night program, this is what it is here. After 8:30, you are free to sit outside, to chat, sip tea, whatever you want, you understand? But don't do this, please. Please, I beg of you. And before we made this rule, I consult all of you. Would somebody raise his hand and say, no, I didn't do this? And all of us agree. So all of us in the same shape. We're going to sail together. All right? If you don't like what I'm saying, please raise your hand and talk to me. I may be wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. I'm giving you the mic. Tell me that I'm wrong. So I appreciate this, that you talk to your family. Encourage them. And they don't like to hear from the brother or from the sheikh or whatever, they can come start to socialize after 9 o'clock. Okay? We are not going to deprive them to sit on the property outside. They can come 9 o'clock and they sit, sip tea and coffee and talk about my husband and my daughter and so and so and so and so and so. Okay? Please forgive me. Jazakumullah khair. Now I don't know if Isam have something for brother, is there some have something for the children today outside?
Yeah, I think
He's coming? Okay. Now the children, it's your time that you can go outside, you can play, you can, whatever it is, okay? We're asking our guests, inshallah, male and female, to go upstairs. The brothers can go from this side, the sister can go from the back side, inshallah. We'll have a small snack, and the snack for the rest of the community will be outside, inshallah. Thank you, and again, forgive me. And tell your wife to forgive me also, okay? Jazakallah khair. And if something happened to you tonight, call me.